Good evening. This is the news from the Sultanate of Oman Television. First, the headlines. The Sultanate of Oman and the Arab Republic of Syria signed 3 memorandums of understanding on the sidelines of the 6th session meetings of the Omani-Syrian Joint Committee. The National Defense College concludes the annual strategic exercise Decision Making 10. And the Ministry of Labor and the Royal Oman Police sign a number of joint cooperation programs in the Employment Training Initiative. Those were the headlines. Now for the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq has sent a cable of greetings to His Excellency Emmanuel Macron, President of France, on his country's National Day. On the sidelines of the 6th session meetings of the Omani-Syrian Joint Committee, the Sultanate of Oman and the Arab Republic of Syria signed 3 memorandums of understanding. More details in the following report.
In conclusion of the 6th session meetings of the Omani-Syrian Joint Committee in Muscat, 3 memorandums of understanding were signed. The first memorandum was signed to strengthen cooperation relations between the 2 countries in the field of media. The agreement included cooperation between news agencies, radio and television programs, electronic media, as well as qualifying and training media cadres.
There were 3 memorandum of understanding signed between the Joint Committee, the Omani and Syrian Committee. The first was on media and press. The other memorandum of understanding is between small and medium enterprises. And the third is between maritime and transportation. I think these 3 agreements, besides the previous and past agreements, especially the agreement on promotion and protection of investment, lay the proper ground for further collaboration and trade and investment between the 2 sides.
The second signed memorandum came to develop strategic economic partnerships and encourage joint investments within the field of small and medium enterprises.
The last meeting, it was 2010, and this meeting, it was very important after this, long period. Our relation always, it was very, very good, and this agreement, I think we will be very important. We will continue our efforts to sign many agreements in the future.
To enhance economic cooperation and joint investment, the third memorandum of understanding aimed for mutual recognition of the maritime education and training system between the 2 sides. The meeting of the Omani-Syrian Joint Committee will open new horizons to boost the bilateral interests of the 2 brotherly countries in all domains, particularly in the economic fields. Salih bin Khalfan al-Rahbi, Sultanate of Oman Television, Muscat.
The National Defense College concluded today the annual strategic exercise Decision Making 10, which was conducted by participants from military, security and civil government institutions in the presence of a number of experts and advisors from the military and security authorities, ministries, government bodies and the National Defense College's steering committee. The Decision Making 10 exercise aims to enrich the participants' decision-making process at the strategic level by analyzing key elements in semi-real scenarios for supposed national, regional and international events and reaching to appropriate decisions. The training closing ceremony was held under the patronage of His Excellency Dr. Saoud bin Hammoud Al-Habsi, Minister of Agriculture, Fisheries and Water Resources. The Ministry of Labor and the Royal Oman Police signed a number of joint cooperation programs in the Employment Training Initiative and the Employment and Recruitment Support Program. The agreements aim to train citizens on the job and specialized training with the aim of enhancing human resources capabilities in various fields of work in the military and security agencies and contributing in serving the nation. These agreements also come as an integration of the national efforts and the effective partnership between the Ministry of Labor and the military and security authorities. Oman Credit and Financial Information Center, Mala'a, signed Credit Information Exchange Agreement with the Saudi Credit Bureau. The agreements aim at facilitating necessary data exchange between the two parties while maintaining governance controls regarding privacy assurance regarding data for individuals and establishments. Mala'a seeks to enhance the financial inclusion process to achieve Oman Vision 2040 by linking credits reports with various sectors, including banks, telecommunication, utility services, and paid digital services. The Ministry of Education announced the results of the General Education Diploma exams and its equivalent for first round of the scholastic year 2022-2023. The ministry stated that the number of applicants for the General Education Diploma reached 51,010 male and female students, and the success rate reached 82.64%. Still to come in our news bulletin. After completion of renovation works, Taqa Castle is reopened and ready to receive visitors and tourists during the Kharif season. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. Ukraine said today it had downed 20 Russian-attacked drones and 2 cruise missiles in an overnight attack that wounded at least 4 in the capital, Kiev. The drones had entered the capital from different directions, Kiev's military administration said on Telegram earlier, adding air defenses had destroyed about a dozen in the city's airspace. It added that falling debris was reported in 5 city districts and 2 people were wounded in Darnetsky district. Ukrainian air defenses also claimed it destroyed 2 Caliber cruise missiles during the night. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov said today that his country consistently stands for the strengthening of its architecture in Asia-Pacific, as it is the foundation of security and stability in the region. Lavrov made the comments during a meeting with his Association of Southeast Asian Nations, ASEAN counterparts in Jakarta, where the regional bloc is holding annual meetings. Russia has sought to foster much closer economic, political, and security ties with Asia since the West hit Moscow with unprecedented sanctions in response to the invasion of Ukraine. South Korean Foreign Minister Park Jin said today his country will expand its partnership with the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, ASEAN, at a meeting with his Southeast Asian counterparts. In his opening remarks for the meeting in Jakarta, Vietnam Foreign Minister Bui Thanh Son said ASEAN welcomes South Korea's commitment to building a stronger partnership with the bloc. South Korea is an important economic partner for ASEAN, being the bloc's 5th largest trading partner and 7th largest source of foreign direct investment for the region. Schools and roads were closed after record monsoon rains led to massive flood and gridlocked traffic in large parts of northern India this week. In New Delhi, residential areas close to the Jamuna River were flooded, submerging roads, cars, and homes, leading to the evacuation of thousands of people from low-lying areas. Dozens of cars were blocked by sheets of water, throwing the movement of vehicles into disarray during the morning rush hour in New Delhi today. Authorities have moved nearly 30,000 people to relief camps and converted schools into camps in some areas. Hundreds of people with their livestock also have taken shelter under overhead road bridges in eastern parts of the Indian capital. India's weather agency has forecast more heavy rain in northern parts in the coming days. India regularly witnesses severe floods during the monsoon season, which runs between June and September and brings most of South Asia's annual rainfall. Scientists may say monsoons are becoming more erratic because of climate change and global warming, leading to frequent landslides and flash floods in India's Himalayan north. The Global College of Engineering and Technology organized the second Student Research Day at the college premises. During the event, the Innovation and Business Incubator Center was opened. The center will provide student researchers and entrepreneurs with opportunities to develop their businesses or their business ideas and researches into commercial endeavors. The inauguration ceremony was held under the patronage of His Excellency Sayyid Saeed bin Sultan Al Busaidi, Undersecretary of the Ministry of Culture, Sports and Youth for Culture. The Directorate General of Heritage and Tourism in the Dhofar Governorate celebrated the reopening of Taqa Castle after the completion of the renovation and maintenance works. The renovated castle is ready to receive visitors and tourists during the Kharif season. The renovation works seek to revive the historical milestone as a destination for local and international visitors as part of the Ministry of Heritage and Tourism's ongoing projects to utilize historical and natural landmarks as tourism destinations. It is worth mentioning that the two-story Taqa Castle is a historical building that was built during the 19th century, and it was later used as a local government administration center during the era of the Sultan Timur bin Faisal. Omani Women's Association in Al-Kamil Wal-Wafi, in cooperation with Oman Liquefied Natural Gas Company, launched a training program to enhance the skills of businesswomen in South Sharqiya Governorate. More details in the following report.
With a number of goals, Improving Businesswomen Skills Program was launched in the Omani Women Association in Wilaya of Al-Kamil Wal-Wafi. Several theoretical and practical activities as well as interactive workshops were conducted. This training program targets junior businesswomen and those who are interested in joining entrepreneurship sector. The organizers of this program are keen to enhance women's skills in managing various projects. The program focuses on various important aspects such as businesswomen interpersonal skills, creative thinking in entrepreneurship, how to start your business, and marketing basics. Sultan bin Saif Sara'i from South Al-Sharqiya Governorate, Wilaya of Al-Kamil Wal-Wafi.
This is the Sultanate of Oman Television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. The Sultanate of Oman and the Arab Republic of Syria signed 3 memorandums of understanding on the sidelines of the 6th session meetings of the Omani-Syrian Joint Committee. The National Defense College concludes the annual strategic exercise Decision-Making 10. And the Ministry of Labor and the Royal Oman Police sign a number of joint cooperation programs in the Employment Training Initiative. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studios, it's good night and have a nice weekend.